Okay, now let's talk about some changes in financial aid and some changes in the loan programs and some items, guys, just to really keep on your radar screen. And this is, again, where your financial aid office can be so very helpful. First of all, we're recording this in September, and this occurred really, frankly, back over the summer. You may have heard some goings-on or read some things about the interest rates on student loans about to double. I mean, it was mentioned in many, many circles. And there was a recent extension of the 3.4% rate for subsidized Stafford loans. I've got to tell you that only applies to undergraduates. So if you're wondering what that 3.4%, can you get in on that? As a dental school student, no, you cannot. Your interest rate is 6.8%. So that recent extension only applied to undergraduates. I've already mentioned this before, but there's no subsidy on new Stafford loans. If you had a subsidized Stafford loan, undergrad or post-bac, you keep that subsidy while you're in dental school and during the grace period. But the Stafford loans you're borrowing for dental school, those are all unsubsidized. Interest is accruing at a 6.8% rate. Another recent change is you used to get a small discount for paying your loans on time, something folks said, you know, you should do anyway, but now there are no discounts for timely payment. And also, fourth bullet there are some recent changes to the repayment plans that are tied to your income. Now, some of you will have no interest in those whatsoever. You're going to graduate and you're going to want to get after your loans as quickly as possible. But especially those of you who are contemplating doing a residency program where you're paid a stipend and you want to start paying on your student loans, but your stipend doesn't allow you to pay maybe the full amount under a 10 or 25-year plan or one of the other plans, you may be interested in the developments on paying as a percentage of your income. Guys, you've got plenty of time to learn the particulars of that. We're talking about plans called the income-based repayment plan and the income contingent repayment plan. So keep those on your radar screen. Work closely with your financial aid office, and at your senior loan exit interview, those plans should be explained in detail for you. Another thing to keep an eye out, very important that you always keep your address up to date for many reasons, but when you go on NSLDS and you find out who the servicer is of your student loans, be sure to check and see if you have more than one loan servicer. The Department of Education is committed to trying to be sure that all the loans you have with them, that would be the direct loans, are serviced by the same organization, and that should help you. So keep an eye out there. Also, changes of note, you heard me talk about capitalization. That is, again, where that interest that accrues that you don't pay while you're in school and during any grace period is eventually added back to the principal, causing that loan balance to grow. Pay special attention to the capitalization policies, especially on any Grad Plus loans you borrow. And if you have questions about that and what the policy is, talk to the financial aid office. And talk to your loan provider, the direct loan program, about the capitalization policies, because that's where your loans can grow pretty dramatically. Also, keep on the radar screen the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. No need to get into details on it right now. I did reference that this is a program only available on federal direct loans, not on private, but this is a program that may provide some forgiveness for you if you meet certain conditions. Certainly something to keep on the radar screen, and something that we have referenced in Chapter 4 of the guide that ADEA has for dental schools. And the note here about private loans being back in play, I've already referenced this. I think there's some folks who understandably will look at the interest rates on federal loans and think, wait a minute, after I borrowed Stafford, do I really want to borrow a 7.9% Grad Plus loan? I do need more money, but maybe I can get a private loan that's much less expensive, or that at least looks to be less expensive. If you're considering a private loan, go back and look at the differences we went through and talk with your financial aid office about the challenges you may have if, in fact, you take out a private loan.